everybody, welcome to After Prison Show. Actually, I scratched that. We gotta start that over. Hey yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show. Straight hardcore thug life status over here. You see me with the chain? You see me with this, I don't know why I have this. Maybe I was gonna try to act like this was white gold. It's just a little tarnished. Or maybe this could be part of whatever Halloween costume that I ought not to dress up for this year. Y'all let me know what I could do with this. I saw this at Walmart. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought we could use it for something. But there's no doubt that it is absolutely fake. There's a lot that I want to talk to you guys about in this video. I want to share with you probably one of the craziest prison-related news stories that I've ran across as of late. But before I get into that, I want to share something with you guys that's like breaking news. At least to me it is. I just ran across this on Twitter. I want to share this with you guys and get your opinion of this. It deals with Roseanne Barr and the new TV show that just came out not featuring Roseanne Barr, The Conners. I think this TV show just premiered this week. I went on Twitter one morning. I saw this sponsored post. I hate when I see sponsored posts on Twitter. But the #1 trending news story I was seeing on Twitter was in fact an ad for the TV show The Conners. Now, I know Roseanne said some really horrible things, and I know it dealt with racism, and I do not condone that whatsoever. I am not sitting here trying to take up for this woman at all. You can't just go spouting off at the mouth, especially in terms of some racist BS, and you definitely can't and shouldn't, or definitely shouldn't do it on social media. I truly feel like there should be no place in the world for racism. I mean, come on, folks, it's 2018. Can't we all just get along? But the reason I'm bringing up all of this to you guys is I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when Roseanne tweeted or posted whatever racist stuff that she did, you know, she got canceled from whatever TV show she had. I think she got canceled from another one as well. And then immediately thereafter, they announced that they were going to put this TV show, The Conners, together. And folks, I grew up watching Roseanne. I mean, this was one of the shows that I really enjoyed. I thought the show was awesome when I was a kid, and I genuinely like Roseanne. But let me also say that I don't like what she did. It was absolutely wrong. But this new TV show, The Conners, that they put together, folks, do you know that in the first 5 minutes of that TV show, they kill Roseanne? They kill her off in the show. They killed her. She's dead. And though I realized they probably needed to find a way to be able to have some separation from this woman to continue and to begin this new show, the way that they chose to go about this on this TV show, I don't agree with this at all. Folks, not only did they kill her off, they killed her off and said that she died of an opioid overdose. I want to let that resonate for a second, and I also want to know what you guys think about this. I honestly think they just went a little bit too far with this. Addiction, heroin especially, anything dealing with opioids, the pills. I mean, this is something that absolutely plagues this country. Probably plagues the world as well. I personally feel like that's a really touchy subject. So maybe they went about doing this because they knew they would spawn the controversy with this, or maybe they felt like, who knows, a lot of people could relate. But again, I just wanted to share that with you, and all of what I've just shared with you has absolutely nothing to do with this prison-related news story that I want to share with you guys. That, folks, when I tell you this is the craziest story that I've run across as of late, and also, this is probably one of the dumbest guys that I've ran across as of late as well. Let me go ahead and introduce you to Jessie Prater, an individual who was serving time in the good old state of Tennessee. Not only was Jesse Pratter serving time in Tennessee, I'm not exactly sure what he was serving this time for, but he was also a trustee. And for those of you who don't know, a trustee is just an inmate worker. And not only was this Jesse Pratter an inmate worker, he also had a pretty sweet job as well. Actually, scratch that. I don't really know how sweet of a job it was. He was working at a solid waste facility. Isn't that like a doo-doo plant? I'm not exactly sure, but the sweet part of his job, no matter whether it was a doo-doo plant or not, was the fact that he was working, folks, outside the gate. This man was serving time, but not only was he serving time, he was also allowed to leave from that jail every single day. And you know, one thing about serving time and having the ability while doing so to get up outside the jail or the prison, most certainly escape is going to cross your mind, and probably at least like 20 different times. And I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention it again, folks. It is October right now. And October is a month that I like to refer to as the beginning of escape season. And the reason I like to refer to this time of year as escape season is because during this time of year, when it comes to either jail or prison, ain't nobody got time for that. And you know what I personally believe in regards to this is because we're getting closer to some very important holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, two very family-oriented holidays, and two very terrible holidays to have to be serving time during. During either of those two holidays, in fact, you could probably just go ahead and throw in all the holidays while we're talking about it. During pretty much any and all holidays, those are going to be some tough days to be locked up for. Those are going to be some days when you're just thinking about your family, that much more thinking about that girlfriend that ain't picked up the phone in 2 weeks. You know Jody got her. Escape season. It's October. But getting back to this guy, Jesse Pratter, he would most certainly try his hand in regards of escaping during this not-so-jolly time of the year to be locked up for. Maury County prisoner trustee apologizes after stealing car going on a high-speed chase. Oh, Jesse. You know, I guess the first thing that we should mention with this story is, hey, look, at least the man apologized. You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I've probably said it quite a few times as of late. You're not ever really going to be sorry unless you're caught, getting caught, or sitting in a courtroom. Those are going to be the times when you're really sorry. But Jesse Prater, he would attempt to escape. Not only would he attempt to escape, he would steal a car, get in a high-speed chase, and also get caught. But folks, he would apologize for his actions. Now, there's some very crazy and interesting points to bring up with this story. And first and foremost has to be the amount of time that Jesse Prater was serving. Again, I don't know exactly what he was locked up for. You would imagine with the fact that this dude escaped, stole a car, got in a high-speed chase, got caught, he was probably serving a significant amount of time. I cannot believe I was able to say that clearly without lisping and spitting all over the place, because usually I would. I've got a speaking problem. But folks, when you hear how much time Jesse Prater had to serve, you're probably going to be surprised. Or then again, you probably won't be. Because again, hence the fact I mentioned at the beginning of this guy is like the dumbest criminal that I've heard of as of late. Folks, Mr. Prater only had 64 days left. We're talking a little bit more than 2 months. In fact, had he just completed his sentence, he probably would have been out in time for Christmas. But it would certainly appear that 64 days left that Jesse Prater had to serve was 64 days left too long. And with that, probably one day while he was working at the doo-doo factory, Jesse decided it was time for him to try to attempt to get gone. Jesse would then attempt to steal this 2005 Nissan, what is this? It's like a Nissan Altima. He would attempt to steal this car right here. And he really wouldn't have to do all that much in an attempt to steal this car because, folks, the keys were left in the ignition of this car. This car actually belonged to a longtime employee of this jail or facility or the doo-doo factory. The story only states that this was a longtime employee somewhere in this general vicinity. Certainly didn't get that word out as clearly as I was hoping. And ironically, the story would report that the longtime employee whose car was stolen, this person would end up saying, you know, this was the first day they had ever forgot and left their keys. Not only inside the car, but right there inside of the ignition. Don't you just hate when that happens? It'll be that one time when you leave the car unlocked or the keys in the car. Get gone now. That thing done got stolen. That's actually never happened to me, but I can definitely see how that could be a thing. Mr. Prater got inside this 2005 Nissan, got right there on the road, and I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden there was a high-speed chase that lasted for almost an entire hour and reaching speeds upwards of 100 miles an hour. The story reports that the pursuit lasted less than an hour, and Prater said that he just pulled over and eventually gave up. Well, the owner of the car would say that that's not the case at all. In fact, when Prater stole the car, there wasn't very much gas in it, so it's probably most likely that he just ran out of gas. Had that car had a full tank of gas, oh, he'd have probably reached the destination he was attempting to go with or without those blue lights behind him. And folks, when I tell you where this man was attempting to go, the story's gonna get just that much more crazy. Now, folks, I've never escaped before in my life. I've definitely ran from the police before, but I've never had the balls to actually go through with attempting to legitimately escape from either a jail or a prison. But even with that, you know, I can imagine that when you do so, you most certainly got to have a reason for doing that. Whether it's because you just got too much time left to serve, whether we're talking about 1, 5, 10 life, I can imagine it probably has a lot to do with the time left that you have to serve, why you would attempt to escape. But this guy, again, he only had 64 days left. So it's probably a safe bet to say that the time he had left to serve probably had zero to do with him actually escaping. And in fact, the real reason why Jesse Prater would attempt to escape is because of a letter that he received from his wife. I got some mail. Oh, my wife wrote me. Hey, my wife wrote me. Who wrote you? Ain't nobody write you. I got some mail. Boy, I feel all sorts of special. What my wife talking about? She talking about what? I don't worry about what she's saying. You ain't got no mail. Stop trying to... What did you say? Jody, who is... Hey, anybody know somebody named Jody? What is she talking about? There's blank pages with this. Oh my God. It's only a paragraph. Oh. Oh. The reason Jesse Pratter would attempt to escape was because he received a letter from his wife. He would actually tell authorities in the news when, he was apprehended, I received some bad news from my wife, which caused me to try to get away. I wanted to get home. He actually goes on to say, I felt like I could handle this situation better out there in the free world versus being locked up. And if in fact he is talking about Jody, my God, Jesse, what you thought you was gonna do when you got to that house? Thank God you ran out of gas. I'm trying to tell y'all, love will have you ready to absolutely hang it up when serving time. It's probably one of the worst things that you will experience when you are locked up. Dealing with a relationship, dealing with that girl out there, your girlfriend, your boo thing, your soulmate, your wife, the girl that you only met 2 days before on Tinder, but she said that she was gonna ride with you. Love gonna have you all sorts of messed up in the game when you locked up. Now, this guy would not go on to disclose exactly what the letter said that his wife sent to him, but obviously it had to be something pretty detrimental. And you know what? Maybe it didn't even have nothing to do with Jody. Who's to say? And though he wouldn't say what the letter said that he received from his wife that caused him to attempt to escape, get in his high-speed pursuit, he would go on to not only apologize for escaping, not only apologizing to the woman whose car he stole. In fact, he also said, had he not been caught, he did have every plan and intention to return that car that very same day. Just as soon as he got done, probably attempted to put the bung all over Jody. But again, not only would he be very apologetic in this situation, he would also issue a little bit of a statement to his wife. And in fact, that statement is as follows, saying, Kayla, I love you. Do the right thing, baby. Take care of our kids. He goes on to mention his 2 kids' names. This is a prime example of how you don't want to live your life. I love you all. Wish you the best. Hope to see you soon. And remember that Daddy loves you. The story would conclude saying that obviously this guy Jesse is facing a lot more serious felony charges, including escape, auto theft, evading, and reckless endangerment. You just took those 64 days that you had left to serve and... Hey, that joint, hey, that's gone. He's most certainly going to get railroaded for this. Definitely guaranteed to end up with at least a pound puppy. He is definitely at least going to end up with 5 years, if not even more than that. You could have been home for Christmas with Kayla, with those 2 kids, doing the Kiki challenge all together, all over Facebook Live. I don't know where I was going with that. But now, just like a Wyclef Jean song from way back in the day that a lot of you may or may not remember, you will most certainly be gone till November. Gone till November, gone till November. January, February, March, April, May. I love you, girl, but girl, I can't stay. I'll be gone till November. Gone till November. And by November, I mean like November 2000 and... Throw a number out there for me, folks. 2000 and... You'll be gone for a long time, Jesse. Very unfortunate situation. I laugh and joke about this, but one thing that I want to be very serious about is, again, love... It's a terrible thing to have to deal with when you're locked up. And a lot of guys will say this, and this is absolutely true. Take it from me, I can attest to this. I did the first 4 years of my 7-year prison sentence with zip, zero, nada. When you do that time alone, you do that time the easiest. But when you do that time with somebody who you're calling on the phone, whether it be Kayla, Kiki, or any of them other females, that will be the absolute hardest time that you do, because all you will be thinking about is them out there in the free world and what exactly they're doing. I just wanted to share that story with you guys, and I do hope that you enjoyed it. I really look forward to what you guys have to say about this story, so please comment down below and let me know. Hey, look, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment. Wait, I literally just said something about that. Letting me know exactly what you thought about it. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace! Gone, gone till November, gone, gone till November. January, February, March, April, May. I love you, girl, but girl, I can't stay. I'll be gone till November. Gone till